What up, YouTube family? How is everyone doing today? I hope you guys are doing amazing. Happy Wednesday. I wanted to jump on here because I just got done with one of my coaching clients. Love my clients. I wanted to share a little bit of amazing insight on our call today. Number one, it was a really big eye opener about how come outreach is so important above anything else. So if you guys don't know me, my name is Maria Henderson. I'm an online business strategist and a spiritual business coach. One of my goals for 2021 is to growing this YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell button, and be a part of this community. And thank you in advance. So today I'm going to talk about how outreach is probably one of the biggest things you need to do in your business, finding leads. And I notice that these gurus, these coaches, they say to do everything else but finding leads and not really understanding your business model. So one of my clients, she is a nutritionist coach. She calls herself a psychologist, an eating psychologist. Really interesting. And the reason why she got into this is because she noticed that a lot of people eat based on their feelings or emotions. So she is helping women get better and have a better health with, or have a better relationship with food and their eating habits. So one of the things she had told me was, I've been really focusing on my posting and really doing my stories and all of that. But no one's coming. No one is DMing her. No one is booking strategy calls. And I asked her, I said, well, how much are you focusing on that versus doing outreach, going out to go get leads, going out to get in front of people, going out and DMing and private messaging people, going out and looking at different accounts and engaging in different accounts? And she said, to be honest, not a lot. I said, well, we got to fix that. For the month of December, let's really commit to making it a thing where, yes, you do post, yes, you make it amazing and beautiful and valuable, but the next thing you want to do, and probably one of the most important things if you don't do anything in your business, is to go out and find potential clients, going out and getting it. And this dawned on me, this whole conversation where, we put these systems in place. We do all of these things that kind of make people go through the attraction process, but we don't ever go out and find clients because of the what. There's a fear behind it. There's a fear of, what if I'm too pushy? There's a fear of rejection. There's a fear of, will I be accepted? There's a fear of, what if they feel inconvenienced by me? What if they feel like they're better than me and I'm not qualified to do this? And one of the interesting things is that she looked up a hashtag and they all happen to be entrepreneurs. And she immediately was like, oh, I feel kind of intimidated by that, right? And mind you, she's not an entrepreneur coach. She's an eating coach. She helps people eat better, have a better relationship with food. And I told her, these people are just like you. Yeah, they might be very well versed in whatever niche they're in. However, they probably have really bad eating habits. And that's where you come in, right? Another thing that we talked about was getting familiar with her competition. And we literally went and did that. We pulled up 3 different accounts on Instagram and looked at all of their stuff. And we easily determined that her competition wasn't her competition. In fact, they played a small game. meaning they lowballed their prices. They offered rinky-dink offers I was immediately kind of like, you need a business coach. Your business model is trash, And it kind of made her feel relieved in this whole, I have a competition out here. She's really the competition in a sense. Because number one, she is operating from a place of, I know my stuff because she's being guided, right? And number two, she knows what she's talking about, right? It's one thing to know what you're talking about, but it's a whole nother thing when you don't know your business model, you don't know your price rate, you don't know the value, you underprice yourself, you don't even have like a system yet that people can follow and either even make a decision to buy from you. And these competitions, she so-called considered competition, had nothing. They literally had nothing to be afraid. Like there was nothing, at least for me in my eyes, that would have been considered a competition to her. Because in fact, she has all of the things lined up ready for these clients to just experience, right? We have the lead qualification process ready to go. We have her system ready to go. We have her price range ready to go, which is a high ticket value program. And she's qualified in what she does. Now she just needs to get really, really good at prospecting. She needs to get really, really good at sales. She needs to get really, really good at outreach. And that's why outreach is so, so important in the livelihood of your business, especially in the beginning when you are starting off. Like people, a lot of these programs, I've done a ton of programs before I even did any of this, because at the time I was writing a book. So I wanted to know how to market my book. And, they introduce sales funnels like Facebook launches. They introduce beta testing courses where you create like a little baby mini course of what you'd really do and then sell it for like a smaller amount. So you have clients go through your program once and then you can kind of fine tune from there. But none of that teaches you outreach. None of that teaches you how to find people to sell to. None of these programs teach you how to really grow as a business owner, meaning you got to get really, really, really spanking good at prospecting, at finding leads. And then once you get these leads, what do you do with them? No program that I've seen teaches you that. And that's why a lot of people, like, for example, one of the competitions that we found on Instagram, I pulled her up. She has 10,000 followers. And I looked at her engagement, and her engagement mirrored her 10,000 followers, meaning they followed her, they liked her, they engaged with her content. And when I looked at her offerings, it didn't mirror her 10,000 followers. It wasn't like, you would assume that if you had that many followers, you also had a business model to match, but this person didn't. And it literally debunked my client's theory that she was a competition. In fact, my client is a competition to this person, right? And that really shows that A, you don't have a good business model if you don't have really solid offerings. And number two, I judge someone's price. If you price high, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt that you probably can deliver something really magnificent, bigger than what anybody else offers. Like, let's say you have a huge transformation and you only charge less than $1,000 to work with them for a certain amount of time. I'm gonna look at that like you're a Walmart version to someone else who can charge several thousand and really command results in someone's life. So, taking account for your presence and how you package your stuff is so important. And that really debunked the theory of hers, which was I have competition. Outreach is one of the biggest things as a business owner you must devote. If not a daily practice, it needs to be one of the things you do if you don't post anything that day, if you don't engage on stories, if you don't engage in your Facebook community, if you don't engage anywhere on your timelines, the one thing you need to do is outreach. Every single day, outreach. And it's an overlooked activity because people are afraid of what happens when they do outreach. They're afraid of it. They're afraid of the rejection, and overcoming rejection. I still deal with it. I know that I'm constantly putting myself out in front of people, and I'm constantly dealing with what are they going to say, that thought. What are they going to say? How are they going to respond? But I do it anyway, because the predictability and outcome is they either say yes or no. That's it. Yes or no. They either say, yes, I'd love to work with you. What do I do next? Or no, thank you. Appreciate it though. That's the predictability of it. The goal here is to allow people the opportunity to say yes or no to you. Yes or no to you. Now, if you don't give these people the opportunity to say yes or no to you, you'll never know, number one. And number two, you're wasting your time posting these fancy pants posts, and you rarely get prospects. So you have to go out and get it. Okay, so the whole moral of today's video is to go out and get it, and why outreach is so important. Outreach is the most important thing to do in your online business, in any business, in fact. That's why sales is so important, because usually the people who sell have to also find the people to sell to, right? And that's why the people who are in sales get a commission, because it's not like an hourly rate. Maybe you get like a lower hourly rate, but then your commission package is through the roof, like a beautiful. And the reason why is because sales, you got to deal with some rejection. You got to overcome rebuttals. You have to overcome yourself, really. And as a business, overcoming your own limiting beliefs is the one thing that's going to push you to do outreach. It's the one thing that propels your business forward. How well you do outreach is how well your business will do. Okay, guys? So do some outreach. If you guys need some specific DM strategies, let me know, because I am a DM strategy queen. I didn't realize it, but I think I am. All right, guys. Have an amazing week. Sending you guys all my love. And I'll see you guys again here in the next couple of days. Don't forget to subscribe. Mwah.